Good morning, YouTube family and friends. Hope you had a good week. My week was interesting. Okay, I'm doing this video on Sunday. I didn't feel like doing it yesterday. I really didn't. So I was like, that's all right. But today is Sunday, September 21st, 2025, and this is my week 78. Yes. Week 78 results of being back on Mounjaro while dealing with a host of medical issues and mental issues from the medical issues. Yeah, if you've been following me and been watching my videos lately, you know what's going on. Uh, I saw the psychiatrist this past week, and she did change up my medications. So that's where I'm going to start at to give you a basis of what I'll talk about later. So she had me initially on 3 medications, and then the first change she made, she pretty much just changed the doses of a couple of them. But when I saw her this week, no, I told her I didn't think it was helping, and it was just giving me really bad side effects. She was giving me tremors, and when she upped the doses on a couple of them, my tremors got really bad. They were lasting a big part of the day, from when I wake up until the evening sometimes. So I also got really, really bad dry mouth with it. No, and I was still tired. I think mainly because I was having troubles kind of sleeping a little bit. You know, wasn't bad, but you know, it was enough. So uh, she she changed my medication, and she did say something interesting, but I'll get to that here in a minute. So she had me on venlafaxine ER, VENLAFAXINE ER, 75 milligrams. I take this in the morning, just one tablet in the morning, so 75 milligrams a day, and she kept me on this one. Okay, and then the two that she took me off of, the hydroxyze HCl, 25 milligrams, HYDROXYZ, and then HCl, 25 milligrams. I took this once a day by mouth as needed, or she had me taking one at night before I go to bed, try to help me sleep. And then if my anxiety got really bad during the day, I could take another one. So she took me off of that. And then the other one she took me off of was this escitalopram, just a small dose, 5 milligrams. It was one tablet a day by mouth. Of course, by mouth. Just take one tablet a day. It's spelled ESCITALOPRAM. So she took me off of that one. So, no, actually, no, I think that was, no, I don't remember now. That might have been my first psychiatrist, and maybe it was another thing she had me on. I don't know, but you get the point. So, and she instead started me on trazodone. It's 50 milligrams, so I now take this at night before I go to bed. It's TAZODONE. So one tablet at night before I go to bed. So that's what we're trying now, along with the one I've been staying on, the venlafaxine ER, 75 milligrams. So these two are what I'm on now from the psychiatrist. Okay. Uh, Fortunately and unfortunately, Fortunately, the tremors for the most part are okay. I'm little a little tremor there, but it's nothing like it was. Nothing like it was. So I'm thinking that I get a little bit of tremors from the medicine I take in the morning that I've been on constantly. But those other two medications I was on exasperated it, made it worse. Or maybe I got side effects with them as well with tremor, maybe. I don't know. And they combined together just blown up my tremors. So, but anyway, the tremors have been good. Now I get a little tremory in the morning, but nothing like it was. And it goes away after maybe an hour or two. It's a lot better, thank God. Unfortunately, I'm getting new side effects with the trazodone, and I think these side effects could possibly be worse. Why can't they make medication with no freaking side effects? Oh my God. Oh. All right. Uh, I'm still getting the dry mouth. It's not as intense as it was, and it doesn't last all day. So no, I take the medicine at night. So I deal with the dry mouth in the morning or at night when I wake up constantly, because that's another side effect of it is now I'm having trouble falling asleep, and I'm waking up several times at night when I do fall asleep. So, which really sucks because it's affecting my ability to judge how well this Inspire nerve stimulator that I had implanted for my sleep apnea. No, I thought I was getting to a good point where the level I was at was working, but then I increased the level two times since then because I wanted to see if I can get better. Well, now I don't know by increasing the level. So I'm on level 9 now of my setting. If that's too high of a setting, and so it's kind of having the opposite effect, which I was told could happen. Or is it because of the medication? It's medication's making it hard for me to sleep. It's supposed to make me drowsy and help me sleep, but it can also have the opposite effect. This medication, it can do both. So now I'm struggling to determine my poor sleeping habit right now. Is it from the medication, or did I go too high of a setting on the Inspire nerve stimulator device? My God. All right. And then the other bad side effect that I get, there's two more. One is my right eye. My right eye goes blurry on me during the day. Not constant, thank God. But there are times during the day where my right eye will go blurry. And that is a side effect of it. And I didn't look up the side effects, folks, until I started to have them. I just looked up the side effects for the medication last night. So, it's not the thing where you look up side effects, then you instantly think you have the side effects. I know that dilemma, but no, I did not look at the side effects on this medication when I first was prescribed it because I didn't want that to happen. I know myself. I didn't want to look at the side effects and then will myself to have them or trick myself into thinking I have them. So I was on the medication for several days, and then I started experiencing the side effects almost right away. And then last night I looked up online what the side effects were and confirmed that what I was experiencing was side effects that they say happens on this trazodone. So again, I was blurry eye, and then the major one is I get dizzy, lightheaded, easy. When I lay down, and if I stand up too quickly, my head starts to spin, and so that's a bad feeling. And it happens sometimes even when I'm sitting down, like if I'm sitting on the couch and I get up walk a little bit to the kitchen. I start to. Yesterday we were getting groceries. I stepped out of the car, took a few steps, and it's like, oh my god. Also, yesterday I bent over a little bit to try to adjust a chair setting. You had to reach underneath of it to turn a knob so it could rock easier. As soon as I got up, I almost passed out. It was that bad. Thankfully, I had the wall right next to me, and my chair that I was sitting on was right next to me. So I was like, I had to grab the chair and sit down real quick, and I kind of flopped onto the chair. It was that bad. I'm so glad I didn't pass out from the dizziness or whatever you want to call that. Because that's what I don't need is for me to pass out when I'm standing and fall and hurt myself somehow, hit my head on something. So that's freaky. So what happens if I'm driving my car somewhere, like to the store or something, and I have to turn my head, and what happens if that motion gives me that dizziness and I pass out? So I'm so I'm not going to be able to drive Uber on this medication either. That's what I was really, really hoping for. If I get rid of the tremors, that was the. If I get rid of the tremors and the fatigue. Of course, I'm also getting fatigue just from my autoimmune disease, my generalized myasthenia gravis. You know, so uh, and there's another side effect of this medication. It can cause major mood swings. It can cause hallucinations. It can cause you to pretty much what I'm experiencing is, how do I explain this? I can I can be in a good mood some days, and then I can also be in a sad mood or angry mood sometimes. If I get sad or my depression sets in a little bit just by thinking negatively about something, uh, those highs and lows that I get sometimes are stronger on this medication. That's scary because it says to tell your doctor if you have suicidal tendencies on this medication. That's one of the warnings about the medication as well is, you know, if you have suicidal tendencies. And it wasn't that bad, folks. It wasn't that bad, but whew, yeah, I I got, was it 2 days ago? I was just driving around because I was trying to get out of my head. I'll tell you about what was in my head. I was Thursday, Friday, even this weekend, I'm still spiraling a little bit, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But I was spiraling, and so I needed to get out of the house, and so I went for a drive. First, I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk around Target because I like to walk. I like looking at Halloween decorations, so I like to go to the stores and look at the decorations. Well, when I got to Target, I was walking around. I got to the back where they have the Halloween decorations, and instead of making me happy, it made me even more sad because when I used to have my house, I loved decorating my house inside and out with little trinkets and stuff. And that sometimes, like when my mom and stepdad were living with me, my mom and I would go to the store and look at that stuff and buy some stuff. And I had the ability back then to just buy whatever I wanted in reason. Nothing too expensive, but I could go to the store. I see something I liked. If it was price tag wasn't too bad, I could buy it. I can't do that right now. One, I don't have my house. I live currently. When I sold my house 4 years ago, I moved in with my dad and stepmom. So yeah, so because my dad has a lot of health issues himself, and then I was diagnosed back then. I was diagnosed with my liver cirrhosis, so I was worried because I was in the middle of gutting my house, trying to rehab it because it was an old house. My kitchen was gutted, and my living room was gutted. My bedroom on the main level was gutted. Well, not fully gutted, but partly gutted. and I had mice in the house. I had basement was horrible. I didn't have the money to replace the basement, so but I had snakes in the basement. I had mice, and with the house being gutted, I eventually didn't have any more money to put it back together. I couldn't afford to pay somebody to put it back together. And with me getting diagnosed, I was doing that before I got diagnosed with my liver cirrhosis. So when I got diagnosed with my liver cirrhosis, I was like, and money got tight because I had to quit my second job. I was working at the casino at the time, and I had to quit my job because I was diagnosed with liver cirrhosis, and my doctor told me I need to slow down. And so when I quit my job and lost that second income, things got tight for me. And so about 4 months later is when I made a decision, and I got offered a cash offer on the house to just pay it off, and that way I can get out of it. Because with it being half gutted, the value of the house wasn't there. So, and plus I said my dad's was back then also still, he was having health issues back then. So I talked it over with my parents, and we thought, okay, it'll be a good deal for all of us if I sold my house and moved in with them. That way I can help out with my dad, and then also I get out of my house with my health issues. So it was a good deal. So I've been here since then. So yes, this is my bedroom. Now I'm filming from my bedroom in my parents' house. And that makes me depressed a little bit. I'm 49 years old and I'm living with my parents. But it was it was needed. It benefits all of us. So, but anyway, yeah. Where was that? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I I can't really buy stuff to put around the house, and I don't have the money to buy stuff right now. My credit cards are pretty much all maxed out right now. So, uh, yeah, and my student loans, my payments on those start up in January, and I no longer have my position at work. I had to go back by the 15th in order to keep my position. I wasn't ready to go back to work yet, so I lost my position. I'm not terminated yet, so as of right now, I still have my benefits and I'll still get paid on sick leave, but that could soon end here. I'm still trying to get what the HR department is wanting, something from a physician stating that yes, he's not able to work right now, and what is the expected time where he could return, because they could let me stay on paid leave using my sick leave, because I still got plenty of sick leave left. And I'm not kidding, folks. I was maxed out on sick leave last year. I had like 130 or 133 days maxed out with sick leave. That's separate from my vacation time. So I've been getting paid. I haven't worked since June 9th. And so I've been on sick leave / short-term disability since then. But anyway, they said, if I get something for them from a physician stating that, then they would then make a determination to see if they'll allow me, if they'll continue to accommodate me being on sick leave / short-term disability with full pay, because I had all the sick leave built up. So it's not a 66.67% pay on short term. And then come December, if I'm still not able to work, then I could apply for long-term disability through their insurance, which is MetLife. Or if I can't get something in writing from a physician, then that's going to make it really hard for them to continue to accommodate me, and most likely they will then terminate me. So I've been trying to get something this week. My psychiatrist, who's treating me for the anxiety and depression that I'm experiencing, and she's will not give me anything. HR wanted a form filled out for accommodation. She won't fill out the form. She 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 says she doesn't do that until she's seen and treated a patient for a minimum of 5 to 6 months. So what am I supposed to do? She's the one treating me for the reason why I can't work right now, but she won't give me anything in writing because she doesn't have a long-term relationship with me yet. So that pretty much screws me. I sent a request to my therapist since no, the psychiatrist is just treating me medication wise for it. I'm seeing a therapist to work on my issues, why I'm have anxiety and depression because of all my medical issues and the job that I had, which again I loved the job. I love the people I worked with. They were great, and I love the company. But the job itself was very, very stressful, and that was part of what gave me the anxiety and depression. Because I couldn't see myself going back to that stress. But I finally got that job I've been wanting for so long, and I got it too late. I got it when I started to have health issues, additional health issues. So that's that. So I'm still employed as of right now, even though I don't have my position no more. They're going to have to fill it. So, but if they approve my sick leave to allow me to stay on short-term disability, then at some point, if I'm better enough where I can work again, then they would say I couldn't go back to my job unless it was available. But I would have to, pretty much any job that I would want to go to in a company, I would have to apply and get hired for it. So it's not like, okay, I'm ready to go back to work. I go back to work. No, I would have to apply for any open position that they had. So yeah, so it's not like clear cut. So yeah, but on a positive note, no, if they do decide to terminate me, then no, I would be unemployed, and I would get access to my 401k funds, and then money wise, I would be okay because I could pull out money. So I have a good amount in my 401k right now, so I could pull money out to get by for quite a while. So I'm not worried about the money if they do terminate me. I worry about the health benefits, my medical insurance. I wouldn't have that no more, but I could apply for, is it Medicaid, for people who are low income or unemployed. You could apply for, I think it's Medicaid, and get insurance through there, especially since I'm unemployed due to medical issues. So I could do that. So I could possibly not have to pay $900,000, $900 to $1,000 a month to get to pay for insurance through the system, through the, the Affordable Care Act or through any other system for medical insurance that individuals have to, the only way to get insurance is through that system. So I could possibly get on Medicaid since I would have no income coming in. So that would save me a lot of money there. So, but anyway, yeah. What else did I want to? Oh, yeah. Let's go back now. Know how I said that my psychiatrist also said something to me that was very concerning as we were going over the medication, what was happening to me, and she prescribed me something else, and we get off of those two and start on this. She told me that unfortunately she is very limited on what she can prescribe to me, including how high of a dose she can prescribe to me because of my liver cirrhosis. So she said, we'll try this, but pretty much telling me that she doesn't have too many other options for me. So If this medication doesn't work for me, if I don't feel better on this medication, and or if I get bad side effects with this medication, there might not be anything else she can do for me because of her limitation due to my liver cirrhosis. So that made me spiral a little bit. And then was it Thursday night? I was having trouble falling asleep, so I did something my primary doctor told me quit doing. I went on Google and I started to look at things and start asking questions about my liver cirrhosis. I shouldn't have done that. So, uh, my liver enzymes were high when I was first diagnosed, but the last year or so, I've gotten them down into normal range. So my liver enzymes, my AST and my ALT, my blood work, my liver enzymes have been good. So I thought I was doing better. I thought, okay, I stopped the progression of this liver disease. I had lost a little bit of weight, and so I thought I was doing okay. So, but unfortunately, what I found, because I had asked Google, it's like, okay, I have liver cirrhosis, I have an enlarged spleen, and I have a small esophageal varices, a little swelling of the vein in the esophagus because of the portal hypertension. Because my liver scarred, the blood flow into the liver is restricted a little bit, which is causing the enlarged spleen and my varices. So I said, no, how long? And I was trying to see if there's an average of how long it can take for the liver to start going bad on me, for the enzymes to get high again. If there's an average time frame, it's I it's stated that your liver enzymes are only high at the beginning of the disease, kind of like as a warning. Your liver's giving out a warning, sending out high liver enzyme counts, saying something's hurting me, help, help. That's what the high liver enzymes do. They said once you're in liver cirrhosis, if your liver enzymes fall down, go down, or even they can go back into normal, that means that the disease is progressing. Your liver is scarring more, and it's getting to a point where it can't send out those liver enzymes, the distress signal. It can't send out as many of them as it could before. So that can cause the enzyme level in your blood work to drop and even fall back into normal range. So that's that made me spiral. And then after that, I started thinking, no, I've lost a good chunk of weight the last 4 weeks. And and I'm not really trying outside of me just going for a walk almost every day. Except for it's been raining a lot lately, so it's reduced down my walking. But other than walking, I lay in bed most of the day, watching TV, playing on my phone, reading my books. So I'm not trying to lose weight. And as if you follow my journey, last week I was down to 228, which was a 13-pound weight loss in 4 weeks, which is from where I was at. No, I was at 241, and then last week I weighed in at 228. So that's a 13-pound weight loss, which is a 5.4% weight loss. Well, I Googled, okay, unexpected weight loss when you have liver cirrhosis and enlarged spleen and esophageal varices. And it stated any weight loss can be bad if you have liver cirrhosis, but if the weight loss is 5 to 10% or higher within a 2-month period, that can signal bad. It can pretty much say your liver cirrhosis is progressing, and could be getting ready to go and decompensated stage. Right now, I'm still pretty much uncompensated, even though usually you don't get esophageal varices and a large spleen until you're decompensated because of the portal hypertension. Usually isn't decompensated, but I'm kind of like borderline there because I do have those, but no, I don't have anything else. You know, I don't have fluid in my abdomen. I'm not jaundice. I don't have brain fog, showing that no, your liver doesn't work as well. You can have toxins build up in your blood, which can mess with your head, give you brain fog. So I'm was still considered in compensated liver cirrhosis stage. So now, with my weight loss, and that weight loss was in a month, and this says within 2 months. So I had a 5.4% weight loss in just 4 weeks. So that got me spiraling. I've been spiraling ever since. Like, oh my God, I've been so focused on my generalized myasthenia gravis, my sleep apnea, and now my mental health that I kind of set my liver cirrhosis to the side. Yeah, I still thought about it a little bit because of my medications that I was on, and like the prednisone that I take for my autoimmune disease, my generalized myasthenia gravis, being on a long-term steroid like prednisone can make your blood sugar go up. So I'm type 2 diabetic, so it can make your diabetes go out of control, which is bad for your liver because it can cause weight gain and just your diabetes out of control, which I've had my diabetes, my blood sugars under control for quite a while thanks to Mounjaro. Mounjaro has helped me greatly. So my blood sugars, my A1C has been good, even a little low at times for several years now from being on Mounjaro. So that caused me concern. And then now that the psychiatrist said these medications that I'm taking could possibly affect my liver, and so that's why she's limited on what she can prescribe to me, and she can't do a high dose of these medications because of my liver cirrhosis. So it's like I was spiraling. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Oh my God, how long do I got to live? Because it's been, I was diagnosed in early 2020, and so it's been almost 6 years. I was diagnosed, I think, in February of 2020. So it's over 5.5 years. A few months shy of 6 years. So, and when I was first diagnosed, based on where I was at, I was googling back then, saying that the median life expectancy for someone where I was at in my liver cirrhosis was 12 years. So I'm already been thinking, okay, I've had the disease for over 5 years. When, is it like half? I got like half half of the life expectancy I've used up now. So at any time, my liver can go bad on me, and I could die. So it's like, oh God, I'm spiraling, I'm spiraling, I'm spiraling with everything. So, and I think my spiraling was made worse because of the trazodone. It's mood swings, much higher highs and much lower lowers. So I think I spiraled more because of the medication. And when I spiral, I get sad, I get depressed, I go back to my old habits of pigging out on sweets. So yeah, that's why my weight loss this week, I think I was able to stem off more of a weight loss this week because of 2 days. Because earlier in the week, I was at 228 last weekend. On Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember which one. I weigh myself every day, but only count one. When I do this recording is the day I count my weight. And I was at 225, so I had lost another 3 pounds in a short few days. But with me pigging out on sweets, little, you're eating just a little bit, but it's high calories. And like I still have one left. Got one left of my pumpkin spice cream sandwiches. And I also bought from Casey's. I love Casey's like Rice Crisp, Rice Krispie treats with the chocolate layer on it. I love those. And so I bought the Casey's, cuts up in little squares, and you get a big container of them, or you can get individual cups of them. And so when I was out, I bought some of that. Then I went to the store and I bought those, and I pigged out for a couple of days, which increased my weight. So maybe that's a good thing, because I needed to gain. I was losing weight too much, but it's come back down now. So when I weighed myself yesterday, I was, what was it, Friday or yesterday, Saturday, I can't remember which one. I was back up to 230. But it's, you can't have fluctuations. So I weighed myself this morning, and it was back down to 227. So that's my weigh-in this week, 227. Sorry, folks, if you're somebody who only watches my videos to see where my weight's at. If you're still watching, since we're at 36 minutes, man, this video is long today. If you waited this long just for that, thank you. Thank you for watching. So my official weight this week is 227, which is a 1 pound weight loss this week. But if I didn't spiral and if I didn't pig out on sweets for a couple of days, I wonder where my weight would be then. So, but no, 1 pound weight loss this week. That puts me at a total weight loss in the 78 weeks of being back on Mounjaro at a 9 pound weight loss. And then as for the severe weight, drastic weight loss in a short period of time, for 5 weeks, I've lost 14 pounds, which puts my percentage at 5.8%. So I thought about, because on Google it says if you experience a fast, unexpected weight loss in a short period of time, and you have what I have, you need to let your doctor know immediately. So, but I'm hesitant to do that because I don't know. It could be. I'm hoping that my drastic weight loss is just from the medication that the psychiatrist has me on, and it's not due to my liver cirrhosis progressing. I'm really hoping that's the case. When I was walking this morning, I really, really tried to convince myself of that. It's like, stop your spiraling. Your weight loss is from the medication. Weight loss is from the medication. And your liver enzymes been good lately, but your doctor didn't say anything to you. My gastroenterologist, my liver doctor, no, she hasn't said anything else to you about it. So that should tell me that I shouldn't worry. But it's not like there's nothing she can do. There's nothing she can give me at this point. If I proceed to develop ascites, fluid in the abdomen, or if I develop jaundice, or if I start to have brain fog, or if I develop a bleed from the varices in my esophagus, and then there's medications they can give me to help with that. It's just treating the symptoms, treating those itself. There's no medication that they can give me to treat my liver cirrhosis. The scarrings there can't be reversed. All we can do is slow the progression, which I thought I had been doing. So I'm trying to convince myself today, because I'm tired of spiraling the last several days. Even if the spiraling is worse because of the trazodone. So I'm like, I'm trying to convince myself your liver's fine, your liver's fine. It's not getting worse. I'm trying to calm myself and stop the spiraling. So I'm really hoping, folks. Okay. All right, this video is now 40 minutes. I'm not going to show you my Mounjaro shot. This video is long enough, so I'm going to end it here. I'll take my shot after I end this video. So if you made it this long, 40 minutes, that's a long time for a video. I apologize, but as you could see, I had a lot to get off my chest today. And so I appreciate you for watching and listening to me. This is kind of like my diary. This is the way I vent is through these videos. And also helps keep my friends and family informed of how I'm doing and whatnot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you watched this entire video, I really do appreciate it. And if you would, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to be notified when I post my weekly videos, then go ahead and hit the subscription button. So, alright. Take care, folks. Enjoy your life to the fullest. Don't work yourself to death because, like me, you don't know what's around the corner. Anything can happen to anybody at any given moment. So just enjoy life. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Tell them you love them. And yeah, just be happy. You know, the world we live in right now is not good. It's not good with everything going on. So tune it out. Tune it out. And just try to enjoy life to the fullest. All right. Y'all take care. I love you all. Have a good one.